This is Robert Boyd, and this week we're talking about persuasion. So my subject will be dealing with persuasion, and the topic that I've chose is dealing with marijuana usage, or should the states that legalize marijuana have prisoners that are in jail for marijuana usage or distribution. And I'm siding with no, they should not. If you are in a state that has legalized marijuana, then you should not have any prisoners in jail that was in jail for distribution or using marijuana. Now, understand that during the time that they were in jail, that there was a law. I mean, I understand that when you break the law, you do the time, you do the crime, you do the time. But at the same time, there are way too many prisoners, non-violent offenders, that are in jail now for distributing a product that is legal or for using a product that is legal. Understand, I am also aware that certain states have legalized marijuana, but the federal government has not. So I understand that it's still a crime in the federal government, but in each state, which have their own laws, they are free to use, say California, Colorado, Nevada, even DC. So now, if those states are free to sell marijuana and make a profit off of it, then why should the people in the communities be victimized or be made to go to jail, serve time for something that is legal? I don't understand that. And unfortunately, this is not a black or white issue, because we're dealing with marijuana is across the board. But I just have a problem with that, and I don't understand how that is right, that you sent my brother or sister to jail for selling or using something that is not legal in your state. Now understand, if you get caught with marijuana in the state of Alabama, you're going to jail. But weed is not legal in the state of Alabama. So I'm just trying to wrap my mind around that, and a lot of people try to use, prohibition or crime. Someone even made a statement, if robbing a bank was illegal today and they robbed a bank tomorrow and the bank robbery was legal, should they have to go to jail, and should all bank robbers be loose? Those are not comparing apples to apples. Those are comparing apples to oranges. They're totally different scenarios. If you want to compare, let's compare alcohol to marijuana. Similar situations. A lot of people lost their lives during Prohibition. A lot of illegal things came into play during Prohibition. And, you had the rise of the gangsters in Chicago, like Al Capone, and all those guys, murders, and all these different houses and clubs and programs that was going on. Well, today it's similar with the use of marijuana. Now, but you have pharmaceutical marijuana for medical use, medicinal purposes. Then you have, the ones who selling it on the streets for recreation. Me personally, I don't use marijuana. Never have, never smoked. But I don't criminalize the person that does. Especially when there are so many other serious drugs that are prescription drugs that are killing more people today than marijuana is. And especially with the opiate addictions going on across America. So my concern and my thought process is, let's not victimize or criminalize people in states that are legally selling marijuana, but keep the laws on the book in the states until they do decide to legalize marijuana. But if you're in a state and you have people in jail for distributing or using marijuana, and you're selling marijuana in your state legally, that's hypocritical, and I do not think that is right. Just put yourself in the shoes of those people. Imagine you doing something that's a crime yesterday, so you get convicted of it. Then a couple of years later, it's legal. How is that right? I just don't understand that. I will never understand that. Again, I'm not a proponent. I do not use marijuana, but I don't think we should victimize or criminalize the people who do in the states that are free to use and sell marijuana. That's just my point of view. I hope I did not offend anyone, but we just got to keep an open mind on these things. And please understand, I'm not saying drugs should be legal, because crack, cocaine, now there should be equal law with crack and cocaine, but you get more time for crack than you do cocaine, thanks to the drug laws of the 1980s under President Ronald Reagan. But now, I'm comparing, let's keep it apples to apples, not apples and oranges, talking about marijuana usage in the states and the criminals or the prisons or the jails, they're housing people who are convicted of selling or using marijuana in these states that are now legally selling marijuana and making a profit. That's the point I'm making. I don't think that is right. You guys have a good night, and I will see y'all next week.